コム。
Welcome everybody. We'll be continuing Gurumin. We got some new areas unlocked. Just gotta decide which one I want to do. Alright. Seem to be about as close to main characters as there can be so far. Seems to be no different than the fortune machine. I don't think there's anything else to unlock down here. I still don't know what this is. This was a dead end. Have I not been here yet? This doesn't seem like a dungeon. Aw, I imagine you could jump through it Mario 64 style. I guess since we're here, we can do this one.
Welcome!
I don't feel welcome.
I'm impressed. You be two of my servants. One of your friends is still my guest.
You'll never rebuild your kingdom.
True. I never wanted to.
What? But you're the Phantom Prince. What's this all about then?
It's not about kingdoms or monsters.
What do you want?
You've gotten quite skilled with that drill. But you still need work. I suggest you practice while you can.
That scene felt abrupt.
Chucky! I'll save you! Huh?
Well, well, well. Helping a lowly monster?
I've come for Chucky.
Humans only know how to destroy. They don't help. Or are you feeling guilty? No matter. You're in our way!
You're the one in the way, lady.
Lady? How dare you? My mother, she's a lady. One day, you'll understand. Except, my dear, you won't be around.
I've forgotten if I have long range attacks. I do.
I hope you don't think
Am I supposed to jump to this platform? Oh, that's not what I meant. Actually, maybe I should have that. I somehow did not get hit by him there. I like this song. Well, that's not a good spot to be in. Nice of you to stand there and wait for me. Thank you. Oh, dang. I don't know what to do here. I see. That was a fun boss.
you. Now I can finally go home. No problem. I thought I might kick the bucket. You want a bucket? No, I didn't have a chance. Hint? I thought that was the end. You need a friend? Huh? Are you hard of hearing?
Hey! Phew! Thank goodness, you saved Chucky. Now all the monsters have been rescued. Come on, let's go back to Monster Village. They're all waiting.
Okay. This is so stupid. Roger was all talk. Now I've got like Princey Pooh all to myself.
Well, I think I've done everything I can on that side. Are you okay? I don't know what he's doing. So expensive. I'm not sure what that says. I thought they'd be on a time limit. Seems not though. Gotta keep an eye out for breakable walls. This song reminds me of something like later Falcom games. There we go. I didn't. There we go. I don't think I can break those. Sounds like a song in a Cold Steel 1. That's what I was thinking of. Sounds like a song in the second chapter of movie 2, or Sky's third. Oh, I don't know what hit me there. I thought I was doing all the hitting. That gave a lot of money. I'm going to assume this leads down to the other path. Or maybe not. Let me go back, I wasn't done. Maybe I'll just get a cutscene. When will you let me leave? What's the reason to keep me here? I should be able to leave. Ah, now I have to do it again. Missed this. This time we're gonna go this way. What was it? I'm gonna go this way anyway. For loot. Go. I wish there was more stuff hidden in behind those walls. Hoping I'm not missing anything. I think there is a counter in the top right for things. Oh, is it just for combos? Or maybe it's for criticals. think that's everything. Welcome, Shadow. Yes, this is Gurumin. Oh, I missed 4 enemies somewhere. This is one of the last 2 Falcom games I have left in my backlog. It's Gurumin. The other one is Xanadu Next. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a good day. How are you? How have you been? This one has a bit more platforming in it, and it's also a bit sillier compared to Xanadu Next, which seems to be a bit more serious in tone. But the music and gameplay are both very good, although the gameplay here is a bit more simple as well. One cool thing about this game is that you can run dungeons multiple times, and you get higher scores on them. So that's what I've been doing so far, going for the highest score on each dungeon. I'll definitely try to drop by later if I can. But yeah, I love the variety in the games. Right now I'm restoring happiness to the monsters in the village. And this unlocks new areas on the map. I missed I missed 4 monsters, I think, on this one level. So all of these are mastered, but this one's just cleared because I missed 4 enemies somewhere. I just unlocked this area. Bats Hideaway. I can't go there yet. Maybe if I get an item from this, I'll be able to. I don't know how I missed some enemies. I think there might have been enemies hiding in the woods. This game is more goofy for sure. A lot more humorous. There are hidden walls that you can find. The unique thing is that Perrin uses a drill, so she can actually destroy things like trees and breakable walls. But Monsters should show up on the minimap. So I must have just not been paying attention. I think this level has enemies that can hide behind like trees. So I think there was an area I just didn't go to. There we go. I feel like I should be able to see them without needing this, but I think there were just enemies towards the end that were hiding that I didn't see. Here's one of the breakable walls. You can see the cracks in it. There's nothing behind this one but some money. There's also a move that's similar to Sonic. I feel like I didn't miss four enemies though, so I don't really know how I missed somebody. I don't think there's any enemies here. That dungeon mechanic where you can do the dungeons multiple times to get higher scores are also in the Zwei games as well as in Tokyo Xanadu. It's a lot of fun in those games too. So this should be a dead end over here. Yeah. Can't hold anymore. Oh no. Need to get hit by something so I can get that. Or hopefully just opening it is enough to count. There's water down here actually, so I can get hurt from. There we go. So your drill gets more powerful the more hits you do with it. Or maybe more specifically, the amount of critical hits you do towards it. Which is what that music bar in the center seems to be. You time it and you get critical hits with how you time. And if you get hit, it goes down. So right now it's at level 3. I just use an item to restore it after taking a little bit of damage so that I can come and get this, because the items count towards the score too. I might just need to open the treasure chest for it to count. I might not actually need to get the item, but I don't want to have to do it again if I kill all the monsters. I haven't played any of the Persona games yet, but I do own Persona 5. It's in my backlog of games I want to play, but since it'll be a really long game, I just haven't really had time for it. Pretty much all the games in my backlog now are really long. I got like Persona 5, 13 Sentinels, Dragon Quest 11. I've got like a bunch of them lined up and ready to go. I do want to play them though. I think Persona 3 and 4 are coming to modern platforms too, so I can play those. Although I don't have a capture card, and I mostly play on PlayStation 4, so I don't know. You can break the armor and weapons and stuff off the enemy models, and you can pick them up and they count as junk, which is in the bottom center of the UI. And I can use those to, I missed some, upgrade some of my gear, which is cool. So I think this is about the end of the level. Could be 2 more hidden over there. And I'm getting hit too much. So apparently I'm missing 4. So now I'm wondering if there's more hidden. So I think this is the end of the dungeon. I don't think I've killed anyone extra. Maybe there's some like hidden in the trees or something. The music at this point sounds similar to a song from Cold Steel 1. Probably the same composer. Like one of the dungeon themes later on. I don't know what I could be missing. Did I not go back either? Maybe I just didn't kill the fish last time? Maybe there's like a secret area down the well, like maybe I missed something. Guess not. That is a strange way to climb the ladder. I didn't notice that before. I don't know if that's like a glitch or if she's supposed to be climbing it that way. It is pretty funny though. I totally agree. And Falcom music is excellent. They have their own internal sound team who composes a lot of the music. And the members sometimes change over time, but they tend to try to go for, you know, similar-esque style. Some of the composers for this game are still working for them. Like almost... I'm trying to remember when this game came out. I don't actually remember. But, pretty sure the composers are still there some 15, 20 years later. From what I remember, Falcom has like a really long, like their employees work there for a long time usually, on average. One of the people who worked on this, Toshihiro Kondo, is the president of Falcom, and he's been at the company for, I think around like 30 years now. Toshihiro Kondo originally was a fan of Falcom, because Falcom are a really old company. They've been around since 1984, I think. They were around before Square, if I remember it right. He was a big fan of them, and of a previous Legend of Heroes game called Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch, which was Legend of Heroes 3. And he ran like a fan site for it. Oh, there we go. This is where they are. And eventually he applied for the company and he was tasked with writing an extra scenario. I think it was like a prologue scenario for Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch, re-release of it, if I'm not misremembering. And eventually he became the president. So he went from a fan of the company to a president of the company, which is really awesome. Should be one more, I think. There we go. One of Falcom's earliest games is wrong way. Dragon Slayer, and there were a bunch of those Dragon Slayer games, and they were kind of, I don't know if experimental is the right word, but it was used to like basically try out a bunch of different styled games. The second Dragon Slayer game was Xanadu, the original Xanadu, and that game was one of the most popular PC games ever in Japan. I think it had like 400,000 copies sold or something like that. It was very popular. Xanadu Next is like a spin-off of that. Xanadu kind of became its own series. And Tokyo Xanadu is the newest. That one was from 2015, where that one takes place in like modern-day Tokyo. The sixth Dragon Slayer game was the first Legend of Heroes game. The first two Legend of Heroes games take place in the same world, if I'm remembering right. So then after that, they made 3 more Legend of Heroes games, 3, 4, and 5, and those are called the Gagharb trilogy. And the first of that one was the Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch. And I believe Kondo worked on the 5th entry a bunch as well, called Cage Song of the Ocean. After that, the 6th Legend of Heroes game was Trails in the Sky, and that's when they set out to sort of make the Trails series. Which, so far, all of the Trails games all take place in the same world. And they kind of dropped the numbering from the Legend of Heroes games when that one passed. She's shaking her head to the music. She was. I think I have that as like a PlayStation Classic on PlayStation 3, but I haven't played it yet. A fun detail is you know Crow from Trails of Cold Steel 1? Yes, I got the gold. His character was actually conceived as far back as Trails in the Sky, which was 2004. So when that game was being developed, they had already like conceived of his character. So they've had a lot of things planned out for a long time, even since then. I think I can buy the last thing from that store. Gives me something new to upgrade too. Critical attacks restore HP. And now I'm upgrading it. max damage. And now I deal extra damage. That's a nice one to have. That's probably what I'll have equipped regularly. Well, I don't know if they had models plan. I think they just had the character plan because, I mean, I don't want to say spoilers since obviously this is a completely different game, but he's important at the end of the game, and obviously he'll be an important character in Cold Steel 2. So I think because he was an important character, they already had that role for the character in mind. Because I believe the way Falcom does it is they have ideas for the character and the type of character they want, and then when they get to the game they're working on, that's when they flesh out the more intricate details. Like they already have the ending of the series planned out, for example. But obviously some stuff can change. In Cold Steel 1, there was a point where Elisa was going to be the protagonist, and instead of Rean. From what I remember. There was like old images they showed. The game back when it was in early development. She was using a Tachi, and Rean was using a gun. So I think they would have been like swap roles. Like maybe Rean would have been from Ruhr, and Elisa would have been from Ymir. But it was I think I remember hearing that the reason they changed it was because the dynamic was too similar to Stell and Joshua, which are the characters from Trails in the Sky. My friend! My friend, please! There. I sometimes have people in chat who are still playing through Cold Steel. Sorry about that. But yes, I agree. A lot. His character gets a lot more interesting later on. It's all good. But yeah, I liked him from the start though. He's just a really likable character. Very entertaining. It's all good. Dude, I totally understand. I could talk about Trails just all day. And yeah, I much prefer the way they have it set up now, with the characters, with Rean being the main character. Rean is actually my second favorite character in the whole series. I just really like his character arc and the way he's characterized. Like even from just early on. How he's uncertain of himself. This is where I need to go, so I probably shouldn't go there. Let's try the mountain. Oh, I don't think I can go here yet. But yeah, they tend to have loose ideas, or I guess I shouldn't say loose. They have ideas and things in mind for later on, and then once they actually get to the game in question, they flesh out certain details of them, from what I remember. So Crow's character was conceived as far back as Trails in the Sky, but they probably didn't like do stuff like the concept art for him until later, or like an exact idea of what the character would look like. And I think they do that so that they don't sort of like restrict what they're writing in the story, or like write themselves in a corner where they're then forced to write certain ways, because it's been like almost 20 years since Trails in the Sky, and Trails in the Sky was obviously in the development before it released. So development-wise, the series has been in development for more than 20 years now. So, you know, I'm sure some writers have probably left, new writers have come on, or they have new ideas to explore. So trying to like box yourself into every concept 100% before you even get there is probably not a good idea. So I like that they know what they're going for, and they probably have like most of the lore is probably written, but stuff like specific characters and plot points, they probably, I mean, some of them they probably have set in stone as well, but a lot of them they probably keep more broad, or they keep like in general, like we want this type of character is going to be like this, and then when they get there, that's when they flesh it out. At least that's as I understand it. What does that mean? Well, I guess I can't do any of these right now. I should probably just continue the story. I don't think you've asked it before. My favorite Falcom game is probably Trails of Cold Steel 4. That one's probably my favorite. It's like the mid-series climax of the story. It's like the halfway point for the series. I mean, it's a little more than the halfway point. It's like 60% of the way through the series, but probably that one. Just because the story, so many of the best story moments are in that game. The gameplay is at its best out of so far up to that point, just because they obviously continue to polish and improve upon it each time. The game after that is Trails into Reverie, which I haven't played yet, but that one polishes the gameplay even further. And there's a lot of stuff in Reverie that seems really cool, so it's possible that game could end up taking the favorite spot for me, but Cold Steel 4 is up there for me very high. Cold Steel 1 is also really high up there for me, just because I really enjoy the music, and I really like the character moments, and there's just something about it. I wouldn't say that Cold Steel 1 is like one of the best ones. I think relative to the rest of the Trails games, I'd probably put it on the lower end, but in terms of like my personal favorite and the one I enjoy that one a lot. I also really like Trails in the Sky the Third. I really like the main character in Sky the Third. The gameplay is really good too, and there's like a lot of side stories and backstory and lore, and it's just really good. For non-Trails games, I also really like Ys 1. Trails is like Falcom's flagship series, but their other one is Ys. Ys and Trails are the two flagship series. And similar to Cold Steel 1, Ys 1 is not what I would consider the best in the Ys series. It's probably more towards the middle or lower end relative to the other Ys games, but replaying it, I think I've replayed it like 5 times, and it's a lot of fun. It's short, you can pick it up and play it really easily. The Nightmare mode, I play it on Nightmare difficulty, it's a lot of fun for me, because you get to like learn all the boss's moves and everything. And there's just a lot of little old school like secrets and hidden things. So I really like that game. But my favorite East game, which I would put just a little bit above number East 1, is East 9, which is one of the more recent ones. I haven't replayed it much because I beat it earlier this year for the first time. But it had the best characters. It polished the gameplay even more from the previous game, and it had a lot of lore and world-building connections to the other East games. So, for me, that one was pretty high up. It was also the first Falcom game to use motion capture. So, there isn't a lot of it, but the scenes that have it are cool. The voice acting's really good too. The favorite Falcom games are probably those: Cold Steel 4, Sky the Third, Cold Steel 1, East 9, and East 1. And maybe Tokyo Xanadu. Tokyo Xanadu is probably up there too. Just because I remember really loving the soundtrack, as well as getting them high score on all the dungeons. The characters weren't quite as good, and the story wasn't quite as good as your normal Trails game, but they were still good. Like, they were still pretty decent. And in the second half of the game, it picks up and gets even better. First half they were just like okay or decent, but there's a lot of optional stuff in Tokyo Xanadu. Like, you can get weapon upgrades, you can buy new gear, there's a system kind of like Orbments, you get materials from running the dungeon. Every time you beat the dungeon, you have like a little slot machine mechanic that gives you rare item drops and stuff like that. So not only can you go for the high score for fun, but you also get lots of stuff out of it that you can use. So to me, it always felt rewarding. They have, I want to say that a pretty good chunk is in English now. None of the Dragon Slayer games, well, actually I think they might have like some games that are older that have been localized, but they would have been on like older consoles. So like maybe Super Nintendo and stuff like that. In terms of accessible older games, there's the original Dragon Slayer, Dragon Slayer 2 Xanadu, there's Fuzz Xanadu, which I think did release in English, but on the Super Nintendo, I think. I've never played it. Dragon Slayer 3 is Romancia. Dragon Slayer 4, I believe, was released in English as Legacy of the Wizard, I think it was called. I think that was also on the Super Nintendo. Dragon Slayer 5 was Sorcerian. I don't think that one's been released in English. Legend of Heroes 6 is the... Dragon Slayer 6 is the first Legend of Heroes. I do think that one was localized, but the second one was not. The Gagharv trilogy of Legend of Hero games, 3, 4, and 5, were localized in the West on the PSP, but they were localized by Bandai Namco, I think, and I believe they did a really bad job. It was a really awful localization. I've played them, and I enjoyed them, but yeah, it was an awful translation. You're gonna have to like use some imagination to kind of get what's intended out of the story, because apparently Gagharv is amazing. It has a lot of fans, the Japanese version, but in English, I wouldn't be surprised if it gave the Legend of Heroes name a negative reception in the West because of how poorly they were treated. Because not only was it a bad translation, but they also changed the gameplay and watered it down a lot, because the original gameplay used like a real-time with pause mechanic, so like a mix of like real-time turn-based with pause, where you could control your party. And apparently it's a really unique and cool system, but it was replaced with a standard turn-based system that had very few mechanics to it, and was just really straightforward and very, very basic. Thank you. Yeah, so those were localized, but they're not ideal. I mean, I still enjoyed them. The music is still great. I still enjoyed the story and characters from what I remember of it. But yeah, it was not... Gagharv did not get treated well when it was localized, and I really wish they were, but maybe someone will make a fan translation or Falcom will remake them one day. Yeah, back to Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer 7 was Lord Monarch, I believe. And its sequel was Monarch 2, or Mona Mona. And I think those might have been localized. There might be even like a free version on the internet, because Lord Monarch was actually a strategy game. To give you an idea of how different some of these Dragon Slayer games were from one another. So that was one. And then the last Dragon Slayer game was called The Legend of Xanadu. I don't think it had anything to do with like the other Xanadu games. I think it might have been named that just because. Because I think an early idea for the name was Legend of the Wind instead of Legend of Xanadu. I'm not sure though, and I don't know if either of them were ever localized. But there was also a sequel to it, Legend of Xanadu 2. And those are all the Dragon Slayer games that I can think of, and all the Legend of Hero games that I can think of. Another series that Falcom has is called Brandish. Brandish 1 got a PSP remake that did get localized. It's only on the PSP. Apparently it's a good game, and it was localized by Xseed, so it's probably well localized too, but it's only on PSP right now. It's not on anything else. I really hope they port it to PC someday, because it's the only, like, relatively recent Falcom localization that isn't available there yet. It feels like the only one missing. You know, like now, like I could play Gurumin, I could play Zavai, I could play Xanadu next, but I can't play Brandish. So... But Brandish also had 3 sequels. Brandish 2, which, a fun fact about Brandish 2, I believe the final boss theme of Brandish 2 inspired the Undertale song of Megalovania, from what I remember. You can hear some similarities in them, and I believe the creator of Undertale mentioned it before, if I'm not mistaken. There was a Brandish 3 and a Brandish 4 as well. I don't know if any of those old Brandish games were ever localized, except for the Brandish 1 remake. There was also a dungeon crawler called Dinosaur, and a remake of it called Dinosaur Resurrection, if I'm remembering right. I'm pretty sure there was. And while that was not localized, there is a fan translation being made for it right now. There is an East vs. Trails game, which is a fighting game that they made with some East and Trails characters. And that wasn't localized either. It's only on PSP right now, but there is a fan translation that I think was released for it. As far as the Trails and East games go, right now the Trails in the Sky trilogy and the 4 Cold Steel games are localized. Trails from Zero and Trails to Azure, which took place between Sky and Cold Steel, were not localized because they were only on PSP, and the PSP wasn't a viable platform at the time for it. So it unfortunately was skipped, which is sad because even just with Cold Steel 1 you can notice all the references to Crossbell. But they're being localized now. Trails into Reverie, which is after Cold Steel 4, is also being localized. And then The Legend of Nayuta, Boundless Trails, which is a spin-off of Trails that doesn't take place in the same world and it's an action-based game, is also being localized. So the only thing left mainline from Falcom would be the games after Reverie, which take place in Calvard. The first game in the Calvard arc, Kuro no Kiseki, released last year in Japan, and Kuro 2 is releasing this September in Japan. Those will probably be localized after Reverie. So we're basically going to have all the Trails games localized, and we're going to have all the future ones probably localized too. As far as East goes, it's a little bit more. There's a little bit more to it. because there have been some remakes of them. So East 1 and 2 have been localized on PC and I think on PSP, called Chronicles, which is like I think it's like a remaster of a remake that added like some extra lore and stuff and some minor changes, but those are available. East 3, the original East 3 was a side-scroller, kind of like Zelda 2, and it had like really mixed reception when it first released, and I believe it was localized as well. It was called Wanderers from East, and that one was on the Super Nintendo. But Falcom remade it later on PSP, and it's also on PC, and the remake is called Oath in Felghana, and that one was localized, and that one was excellent. One of the best ones, I think. They really improved it with the remake. For East 4, I believe Falcom actually were really busy or like didn't have the manpower to work on an East 4 themselves at the time when they wanted to. So they actually outsourced East 4's development to 2 different developers who made their own versions of East 4. One was called Dawn of Ys, and one was called Mask of the Sun. But Falcom later on made their own version, and like kind of like their own. It was kind of a remake, but it was also kind of their own version of it, which is the canon version. And that one's called East Memories of Salsetta. That one's number 4, and that one has been localized. I'll talk about East 5 in a moment, but I'll skip it for now. But outside of East 1, 2, 3, and 4, there's also East Origin, which is a prequel to 1 and 2, and that's been localized. There's East 6, which is on PC, and that one's been localized. East 7, which was on PSP and is now on PC, and that one was localized. East 8 and East 9 were also localized. So, pretty much all of them, especially if you count the remakes, which you should because they're the canon ones, all of the East games have been localized, except for East 5. Now, East 5, when it originally released, was actually unfinished. If I'm remembering right, they had development issues with it, and they had their original script, they didn't get to implement everything they wanted into it, and the gameplay was really unpolished. It introduced new mechanics and stuff that would later go on to be in the next East games, but they weren't like well done in 5 itself. So 5 also got like really mixed reception, and it was never localized. But Falcom have talked about wanting to remake it. So in the future, probably after East 10, which is in development right now and will probably release next year, I'm guessing the next East game after East 10 will probably be an East 5 remake, and then it'll probably be localized. But the current version is kind of unfinished, unpolished. The gameplay isn't up to standards for East, and the story, they didn't get to implement everything they wanted. And what's interesting is some of the more recent East games actually reference the original story ideas. So it's pretty clear that Falcom really want to implement them, because they're story ideas that weren't in the original East 5, from what I remember. So yeah, so while East 5 isn't localized, it's not too big of a deal. And it probably will get localized whenever it's remade. And as an aside, every Falcom game that's had pretty much every Falcom game that's been released in recent years that's been localized is available on PC. So like all of the East games that have been localized are on Steam, all the Trails games are on Steam. The 2 Zwei games, Zwei the Argus Adventure and Zwei 2 the Ilvert Insurrection, both of those are on Steam. Xanadu Next and Gurumin are on Steam. I think Gurumin is also on 3DS. I think Mastiff, who localized it, ported it to 3DS. I'm not sure though, I'm not 100% on that. The Gagarv trilogy is not on Steam, but I mean, I don't think that's too big of a deal. The only thing that's really missing out of the localized games is Brandish, I would say, in my opinion. It's the only one that I wish was there. I mean, it's possible like a lot of the older games that were localized, like Fuzz Xanadu or any older Falcom games that might have been localized, Legacy of the Wizard. Those might have been like good localizations, but they were like Super Nintendo games, so they're not really accessible. I'm worried I'm like forgetting a game, a Falcom game. Like I'm forgetting something I want to talk about. Oh yeah, another Falcom game is Potful Mail, I believe it's called, which is a platformer game. That one was localized, if I remember right. I never played it because it's on an older platform, Super Nintendo, I think. I mean, I could be wrong. It might have been on Sega, actually. Yeah, that's another Falcom game. It's apparently pretty good, but I never got to play it. I think I remember hearing that Sega, or somebody, I don't know if it was Sega, wanted to turn it into a Sonic game when they were localizing it. I don't know if that's just a rumor, if it was true, but I remember hearing it a few times, which is really funny to think about. And then Falcom had some other early small games. The earliest games that Falcom put out, Falcom started out as, I'm trying to remember, I think it was a PC parts seller, but they would publish video games of some of the people who would come to the shop, and they would like publish the games for them. And so that was some of the earliest stuff that Falcom did before making their own games, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't think any of those have been localized. Although one of them just got a fan translation, a golf game, which is really interesting. And that's everything I could think of. Welcome, Benoni. I was just talking about a bunch of Falcom games and their localization history, how many of them have been localized and how many of them have not been. Just talking a bit about that. I appreciate it. I started a bit early today, about a half hour early, so I'm probably going to end a half hour early too, so I'm probably going to be streaming for another half hour. I'm sorry. I talk too much. Oh no, I don't want to leave here. I want to save. Do I make him laugh? I have no idea how I'm supposed to do that. Is there something I can wear? Hi. Oh my goodness, did this actually work? Wait a minute. What? No, he just scared me. It worked and he refused. I can't believe this. You know how expensive this was? I can't believe it. Well, this one actually worked. This man's a scammer. Thank you for the kind words. Oh, I'm gonna have to fight the statues. Oh wait, no I'm not. Gotta play whack-a-mole. Wait, let me equip this. Oh, I can hit them multiple times and it counts. Oh goodness. The music in this game is very silly. There's one in particular I'm waiting to show up. I'm not gonna make it. I didn't know I could hit them multiple times. That's not how... I don't think that's how whack-a-mole usually works. It's okay, I'll do it again. Thanks for dropping by again, Shadow. Good luck, I hope you have a great stream and a great rest of your day. I'll try to drop by if I can. Oh, because you don't have any time to play it, Banon? This time, I gotta get this. Oh my goodness. I missed everything. Oh goodness, this is going so much better. I wonder if I get a reward if I get a higher score. You jumped over me. This isn't fair. Yeah, they moved it up 2 months, I think. I think it was originally going to release in September. Because people were talking about how in English, Trails from Zero is being released. And in Japan, Kuro no Kiseki 2 is being released. So a Trails game is being released in Japan and in English at the same month as Xenoblade. But yeah, they moved it up 2 months, I believe. Yeah, I can imagine it catch people off guard. Huh. We have a doppelganger. Must be the blue version. Yeah. What chapter are you on in Cold Steel? Do you want to know how much of the game is left? Like how many chapters? Or roughly how far along you are? Percentage-wise, I guess? I don't want to say if you don't want to know. So that's why I want to ask first. There are 7 chapters. So you're roughly halfway. The later chapters are a bit longer, I want to say. Well, I guess it's more that like the prologue and chapter 1 are a bit short. So chapter 4 is pretty much the halfway point, I'd say. So you still have a bunch left. But thank you very much for dropping by, Benone. And yeah, I hope work goes smoothly. And yeah, sorry, I'm probably gonna wrap stream up in 20 minutes or so. But thank you nonetheless. For dropping by, and I appreciate it. Oh, I have the same problem. It's not treatable. I take it you're who I'm supposed to speak to. This is absurd. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Is the other one in her home? Can't think of where else she'd be. Have a good night as well. Is there another direction I can go? I'm wondering what unlocked. Maybe I need to go speak to the moles? Like maybe they got lost? Oh, there we go.
Hey there.
Digby and Doug are helping us rebuild the village.
Whoa, back already?
What?
Aren't you in the mountains?
I'm right here. I haven't been to the mountains.
Now that can't be right.
We ran into you and Pino coming here, remember?
That's right. You said that you were headed for Pimento Mountain.
No, I didn't. Come to think of it, Chucky said something weird too. Something about me lying.
Maybe a shape-shifting monster has taken your form.
What?
They can look like anyone they want. But who's doing it? And why?
I get it. This monster steals my look and steals shortcake. Then they raise the prices and expect me to pay for it.
And Pino was fooled into going with the shapeshifter.
Oh
We
no.
have to get to Pimento Mountain.
Let's go.
There we go. Now we can progress. I should really save.
That's a pretty tall mountain.
Pimento Mountain is the tallest mountain around. It can get pretty dangerous, so watch out. The path is tricky. One wrong step and down you go.
I'll be careful. That shapeshifter is slithering around here someplace. And these boots are made for stomping.
Don't forget about Pino.
Of course not. See ya.
Why can I go here now? Oh, I remember.
Complicated.
Oh, that didn't work. Oh, oh. That was a mistake. I like how playful the music is. Ah, there we go. Oh wait, no, that's right, I can't put this way. How come this isn't working? Shouldn't this be lowering this? You know what? I probably need to hit more levers, and then this will lower, and then the other one will lower it. That's probably what it is. Or maybe not. Ah, no, it did lower. There just wasn't a cutscene for it. Looks like a face. That definitely is a face. I thought some enemies would be here too, but maybe not. Go. I'm guessing this guy's gonna shoot at me. Yeah. He wasn't much of a threat, seems like. Oh, I almost fell. Could I have just gone this way? Oh, well, not from down there. Aw, I think that would have been cool to have something there. See what was in here. I guess it just has to be this, but I can't use it. There we go. Oops. Actually, I'm fine with that. And I could use one of those. There. I'm gonna try not to have 3 of everything. I'm gonna try to have 2. Oh. I'm so powerful that enemies kill themselves. Oh dude, he almost knocked me off and made me eat my words. No! I failed. Do I have something for fire? Need the trap damage, maybe? We'll see. I panicked. That didn't help. Okay, I gotta be careful. I wonder if I go around here to get to it. Like there's gotta be like a way, right? That looks like a spider. Big spider on the roof. I was kind of hoping there'd be like cracks on the wall and I can get through from there. Does it look like a hard jump to make? So much money falling off the edges. It's probably the end of the level. I think I defeated everyone. I hope I did anyway. No, I missed one! Where was it? For a second I thought maybe she was going to be turned into a statue. But we're going to call it there. Yeah, I'll call it there for now. Now let's see, who can we raid? Shadow's on, he started closer 2, I think. Treviers is on. But I would like to raid. I'm gonna say hi to all of them, but I wanna... Let's raid... Let me make sure he's still streaming first. Yeah, he is. Okay. Someone new I've come across who's playing through the East games. A bunch of them for the first time. So I'd like to raid. Let me make sure I spelled it right. Chaos Killer 15. He's playing through the East games for the first time, so he just started East 8, I believe, and he just beat East 3 earlier, and it's his birthday. He's doing a birthday stream, a 24-hour one, I believe. So we can drop by and say hello to him. I'd appreciate it if you all said hi and happy birthday. Yeah, thank you all very much for dropping by and for watching and for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you all very much. I'll be on again tomorrow. I might be moving up tomorrow's stream. I might be streaming earlier. And I might be doing a longer stream as well. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, thanks again. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And take care. Bye.